How is it you can make your ex choose to be with you? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, and we're going to be talking about how to use your absence in a strategic way that goes beyond just the simple no contact strategy that you're probably hearing in 101 different places on the internet. As you may or may not know, I'm not an advocate of the no contact rule, at least the way that it's been taught in many other places on the internet. We're going to go ahead and get into that video, so buckle up. We're going to cover this and so much more in this video. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. We're talking about how to get your ex to choose you strategically through your absence. We don't just want to get back together with our ex. We don't just want to be in a relationship together with them. We want them to choose us. At least that's what I think most people want. Yes, if you're in a really bad place, you might just be willing to say, hey, I don't care how it happens. I want to get back together. And I understand that. But I think most of us, when it comes to having a successful relationship, we want our partner to choose to be with us. And in order for that to happen, there needs to be a certain journey that has to unfold. Okay, now most places on the internet, you may hear something like, okay, so you want to get back together with the ex. You got to cut contact for a month, just wait for them to contact you. That should take about a month or so because science or something. And then if that doesn't happen, then you should write them a handwritten letter, and then that will definitely make them want to get back together with you because of science. I get it. But that's not what has actually worked for me and for the clients that I've worked with in the past. What actually does work is to have an emotional connection with your ex. Show them that there are positive changes that are happening in you, and there are positive changes that are happening in the dynamic between the two of you. You're going to have to do this by interacting with them. That is to say, they need to know that you're not the same person that they broke up with. They need to know that they're not walking back into the same dynamic that they walked out of in the first place. And if you're able to do this, then they're going to probably have a good time connecting with you. They're probably going to want to see you more. Of course, you may experience some hot and cold behavior, as we have talked about before in other videos, as they deal with their own issues of trust, as they deal with their own issues of learning to open themselves up and all of these sorts of things. This is fine, this is common, this is normal. However, there will eventually come a point in time where your ex is in a certain place where a few different conditions are met. Number one, they know that interacting with you feels good on an emotional level. Number two, they are also aware that they have to make a decision because the two of you have advanced as far along as you possibly can without them making this decision about the two of you being in a relationship. At this point, the idea of being in a relationship with you goes from being a hypothetical thing that they are considering. Now, what would it be like to hang out with one another? What would it be like to spend time? I don't know. We don't have to make a decision about things. It'd just be nice to see you again. I miss you a little bit, but it doesn't mean anything. It goes from being a hypothetical thing into a serious consideration. Now suddenly they're thinking, I actually have some real feelings for you, but it means that if we do get back together, I'm going to have to make some hard choices. I might have to end a rebound relationship. I'm going to have to tell people that I have already told that and we all hate your guts now. I'm going to have to tell them that I changed my mind and we're back together again. I'm going to have to maybe rearrange my life in some way. I'm otherwise going to have to make this real. And that can be a scary thing. And so sometimes we may have to push our ex a little bit to make this choice. They're not going to want to make this choice on their own, especially if it pushes them out of their comfort zone. And so this is the point where you may have to use absence to your advantage, not in a no contact sort of way, but in a way where you tell them, hey, I get it. This is a hard choice. I get it. This is difficult. I understand. However, where I'm at is I actually do want a relationship right now. And if that's not what you want, I absolutely understand that. Maybe it just makes sense for us to take a little bit of a break from one another. Maybe it makes sense for me to let you go lovingly so that I can create the space for that connection in my own life. Maybe it makes sense for you to do what you want to do, for you to be single and free or something like that. Now, because you have built that emotional connection with them, they are going to feel this loss. They are going to feel what it's like to miss that emotional connection that the two of you have. And you're doing this not in a way where you're playing games with them, but you're doing this in a way where they now have to face the consequence of their indecision about getting back together with you. They have to now say, okay, I made this choice to not be with you. I made this choice to not get back together with you. I made this choice to create separation between the two of us. Now I have to live with that consequence. And this is powerful for an important reason. This is powerful because they have to take ownership of this. They have to take responsibility of this. They can't say, we're not together because you're a jerk or because you can't be trusted or anything. You've been on your best behavior through all of this, and you've been building that emotional connection through all of this, and you've been nurturing that bond through all of this. And now they have to face that. They have to search their heart and know that you've been showing up and that they simply didn't want to do this because of their fear, because of their limiting beliefs, because of what it might mean, because of some uncomfortable choices, because of things like that. And they have to take responsibility for this, which is important because that puts emotional pressure on them. Plus, it also empowers them to believe that they can change the circumstance if they want to. And so you may have to back off and give them a little bit of space so that they can feel the weight of that. They can feel what it's like to want to turn to you after a hard day of work and to say, hey, here's my phone. I want to call you. I want to text you. I can't. We had that talk about how we're not getting back together, about how we're nothing at all. Darn. We just connected so well, and I'm so excited about spending the summer together, but no, that's right. I chose to stay in this dead rebound relationship instead, and now I have to live with that instead of this connection with someone who makes me feel alive. They have to live with that. And as that weighs on them, that can cause them to start to make new choices, and that can cause them to start to make new decisions that bring the two of you closer together. Now, this is all part of a strategy that we have called how to get back together with your ex without using no contact. And if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and check it out right over here. This goes against the grain of everything that you've probably heard elsewhere on the internet, but most importantly, it is dangerously effective. So please go ahead and check out this video next, and I'll go ahead and see you over there.